Hey, what's up everybody? In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create a pattern using Adobe Illustrator. So I have some vectors here that we're going to use. And the first step is we're going to do File, New, and we're going to open a 1000 by 1000 point artboard. But there's going to be a couple important steps. You're going to want to ensure it's 1000 by 1000. But you're also going to want to ensure that you have two artboards selected. This is going to be a very important point because we're going to have one artboard deal with our pattern and our cluster, and then the other artboard is going to be the final presentation of the pattern as we go. So ensure that says 2, hit create, and you're on your way. Now that we have our two artboards, we're going to actually size down the left artboard to be slightly smaller. So this is going to withhold our 200 point pattern. So I want you to hit Shift O or find the Artboard tool and click on your Artboard 1. So you can see I can click on either one. I'm going to go in and go to the properties with that selected and change 1000 by 1000 to 200 by 200. That lock button can get in your way, so I went ahead and clicked that to show you that you can do, like it can mess up sometimes, but 200 by 200 is the way you want to go. And then the big artboard is going to stay at 1000 by 1000. Now that we have that, we're ready to start building our pattern in the tiny 200 by 200 box because we really want that to kind of play with that. And you can see I'm moving the canvas around with my space bar. That gives me my hand tool. I'm hitting Z to zoom in and out. You can also use the fit to screen here at the bottom. Both work equally, but the idea is that you can focus on any specific artboard. So we're learning how to navigate our screen. So now we can either do our sketch, so we can do File, Place, and put that into the small artboard. Or if you've already created your vector from your sketch in a different file, you can simply highlight those elements, copy and paste them. And then what I like to do is get to my Select tool, and I like to scale those down and put those into the smaller artboard. Now this isn't the only way to do this. This is just a way, especially for my beginners out there, to keep organized and kind of stay in one file. And you're learning some cool Illustrator tricks as well. So the next big step here is once you get your vectors into place, we want to think about the pattern itself. A good pattern has rhythm and repetition. It's going to have a variety of scale, a variety of colors, a variety of different line and angles, really to get that fluidity moving. So I like to go through and take the different elements of my layer group. You may have many more elements than I do, but I want you to think of big, medium, and small sizes. And then you're going to go to town and start arranging your different elements in your pattern group. I want you to treat this square like a tile on a floor. We're going to repeat this tile. So think of negative space, think of filling gaps. Try to have the elements not be the same. So having elements, any two elements not be the same is important. You can hold your Alt key down or your Option if you're on a Mac when you select an object, and you can actually make a duplicate of it. So as you can see, we're clicking, we're rotating. I'm just hovering around the outside of that box. And I'm thinking of making sure that no two popsicles are going to be the same. So as I go through and rotate this, I'm thinking of big, medium, and small. I'm filling that negative space. Eventually, I'm going to put a color in that background, but I don't want to have a lot of white space. And I'm just going through using this Alt or Option key to duplicate these different elements and create a pattern that I need. So here I'm kind of starting to say, well, I want to have the green one bigger now because I've used it in a medium and small version, but I want to make sure it's rotated differently. And we'll go through and duplicate these as we go. So I'm going to take a few minutes to do this. I encourage you to do the same. Scale out your elements, fill the space, have fun with it, and give me a second. When we come back here, you'll see the final product. All right. So now that we're back, you can see I've arranged my elements in time and space, so to speak. And now I can have some fun with it. So, looking at this pattern, it's looking really nice, but it's a vector, so I can change some elements. So let's say I don't want green for the popsicle. I can go ahead and select is blue. I could go to green, I can go to orange, but I kind of like this brown. It kind of gives me an idea of like a chocolate-like popsicle. And I'll go through and just highlight certain areas and change them as well. So maybe we'll make like a fuchsia or purple here. That's looking really fun. I want to change these lines to red, so I'm holding the Shift key to grab multiple vectors at once. And this is the great part to do before you make your pattern. Remember, we're setting the tile, we're setting the stage right now. And now we have a lot of variety of color, which really helps. And so you could edit this as much as you want, but think about contrast, think about color, think about scale and rotation and shape, and that's going to be important. Now we need to get this pattern to the giant 1000 by 1000 artboard. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to use our pattern tool. So now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and select everything in the smaller pattern by doing a marquee. So we're going to grab that and select that. We're then going to ensure that that full selection meets the edges of the 200 by 200 square. This is just going to help. So I'm going to zoom in real quick and you can see that I just want to line these up. I can look over at my properties panel as well to ensure that says 200 by 200. And if it does, this is going to make things repeat a lot easier. The next step's easy. We're going to go to Object, we're going to go to Pattern, we're going to go to Make, and we're going to make sure we hit that OK. And now we have options to adjust this. So to start, you may see a 1 by 1 pattern. We're going to use a 5 by 5, but let me go through the other options. 3 by 3, 7 by 7, 9 by 9. There's also other ones to explore, but for us, we're going to stick to that 5 by 5 option as well. And this is just giving you a preview of the repetition. Now, if you don't like a placement of something, check that out. You can actually highlight the different character and rotate it and scale it and fill that negative space live, and it gives you that live preview, which is really cool. So we could even change the color. So if I want to change this to blue, I can go to my swatches and hit blue, and everything changes in the pattern. It gives me a great preview. Once I have that, I can select the different pattern options. So things like brick or brick by row or the distribution of those. Hex is a good one, but hex does overlap, so you'd have to play with some overlap settings, which I'll show you in a few seconds. But I like to go with grid. It's the most easiest to work with. So I'm going to call this pop pattern. And those are, it's going to be 5 by 5. We want everyone's pattern to be 5 by 5. You could play with the overlap options if you're seeing any overlapping. But once you have that element created, now you're going to go to the top of the screen and you're going to either hit done or you could hit save as a copy. And when you hit save as a copy, you're going to find the new pattern name. So we'll call this pop pattern done. Hit OK, and then it will show up in your swatches panel. Now we're good to go. So when we hit OK, we're going to go over to the done word and click on that. And it looks like something like, oh, I lost all my work. You didn't. Don't worry. The next step is we want to use this big artboard. So let's get a rectangle or hit the M key. And let's draw a rectangle the exact size of the artboard. So 1000 by 1000. You can fill it with any color at this point, but ensure in the properties that it's 1000 by 1000. And now, the easy as it can be, you're going to click on that swatch that you created. So you're going to go to your swatches, click on the pattern done. It's going to fill this red box, and voila, it's going to repeat it 5 by 5 times. And there you have it. You have a beautiful repetitive pattern. And you can see I can draw any shape. So if you're doing packaging design, this is a great way to get across that as well. But we're not done yet. How can we add more flair to this pattern? While it looks really good with the popsicles, I think the white background is a bit underdeveloped. I want to encourage all of you to add the different elements. So here in my layers, you can see all of the awesome layers that I have for the popsicles, but I'm going to create a new layer here. And we're going to make sure we just drag that to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and drag out a new shape, but you're seeing that it's keeping that pattern there. So what I would recommend is changing that color, but be very careful because we want to deselect everything in Illustrator first, then change the color. There we go to pink. And we're going to get that rectangle tool. Try that one more time. There we have it. Now it's covering our pattern because it's on top. We need to move that rectangle down to layer 2. That's real easy. All we would do is drag the layer to layer 2, and there you have it. Now we can go ahead and change that color using our swatches, using our color palette to anything that has great contrast and really showcases the vibe that we're trying to get for that specific pattern. So here, this blue looks really nice. You could change it to yellow. Whatever helps contrast your pattern group that you created. But notice the different scales in here. and all of that great stuff. It has a lot of rhythm and repetition. Finally, we need to start thinking how we're going to get this out of Illustrator. So we have two artboards, but we want to ensure that these two artboards, only one of them is exported. So I'm going to make sure I set that up for you. So we're going to export a specific artboard here by going to File, right at the top, and we're going to go to Export As, and there's an important step in here. First, you want to make sure you're checking Use Artboards. Now, if you do that and hit Save or Export, it will take both of them and put them on your computer. But if you just want to export one artboard, you're going to hit Range instead of All, and you're going to put the number. In our case, this is the second artboard, so we'll put the number of the artboard, and then I'll type it with my last name, first name, and the word pattern to follow the naming convention, and we're going to make sure it's a PNG, and hit Export, and there you have it. Now this stage, you can go ahead and just leave everything as is, hit OK again, and it should save to your desktop. I hope you learned a lot and you're creating your own original pattern starting from a sketch using the other lessons that we've learned this semester. I can't wait to see what you develop, and I'll catch you in the next lesson.